Okay, what is going on? Please stand by. Ambience Hub. What is with all these ads on my crowd noise? There it is. And a pleasant good afternoon to everybody. It's time once again for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. We've got the Chicago Cubs at the Houston Astros, the middle game of a 3-game set. Astros won the first game. 2 in a row for Houston. The Cubs on a 6-game losing streak. And we have 2 questionable right-handers on the mound today, as I mentioned yesterday. Let's see who's here. Good afternoon to Franklin, Blaine, Kenyon. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. And Ben enters the chat. Hello, Ben. So yeah, back to the pitchers. Righty Bill Hands for the Cubs. Right-hander Bob Bruce for Houston. Both poor cards. Let's see how they fared in the replay. Hands 2 and 4. 6.62 ERA, 9 starts, 4 relief appearances, 53 innings of work, 59 hits allowed, 27 walks, 32 strikeouts, 8 home runs. Bruce a little better, although this is only Bruce's 3rd start. He's worked 3 games out of the pen. He's 1 and 2 with a 4.58, just 17 2/3 innings. 17 hits, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts. So Bruce has not pitched that badly, and looking at this now, he's going to make 23 starts when the year's over. This only his 3rd. And he has worked a few games, 3 to be exact, out of the much maligned Houston bullpen. And here's Thomas entering the chat. Hello, Thomas. Yeah, I think we all did, Thomas. Bill Hands was kind of a funny name. There were quite a few like that. I can't think of any examples. Perhaps you guys could think of some more. Player names that kind of made you chuckle when you were a kid. Or maybe they still make you chuckle. Here's the lineup for the Cubs today. It's going to be Adolfo Phillips leading off in center field, Glenn Beckert at second base, Billy Williams will be in right field, Ron Santo, the third baseman, in the cleanup spot, Ernie Banks is at first base, Byron Brown in left field, Randy Hundley the catcher, Don Kessinger at short, and Hands the pitcher. So in other words, this is the same lineup the Cubs have been running out for at least several games in a row. DeRocher seems to have settled on this lineup, which is kind of interesting in that not long ago they traded for a left-handed hitting first baseman, Lee Thomas. Thomas really hasn't played that much since joining the Cubs. He is, let me find him here. He's 7 for 27 with a home run since joining the Cubs. They're about ready to get started. Let's go over the umpires for today's ball game. Shag Crawford will call the balls and strikes, Ed Vargo at first, Doug Harvey will be at second base, and Harry Wendelstedt down at third. Just under 30,000 here in the Astrodome. Was that day or night? It must have been a night game, right? It was a night game on Saturday, June the 11th. All right, and with that, we're set to go. Bruce is ready to go to work. Hello, Unmitigated. That was hard to beat, Thomas. Howard Johnson was a good one. There you go. Thanks, guys. Pud Galvin always cracked me up. And wasn't there a Spooner? All right, here's Phillips deleted. I'm sure we'll come up with some more as the game progresses. Adolfo Phillips will lead it off. I'm trying to find his stats here. He's hitting .313 on the season. That's third on the club in average. 4 homers, 27 RBIs. Bruce gets the sign. Here's the pitch on a 5-6 right-handed, and he promptly bangs that into left field for a leadoff single. Phillips aboard. Excellent speed on the bases. Let's check the battery now for Houston. Bruce is 0 hold. Bateman is 0 arm. So Phillips will be held on at 15. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Glenn Beckert. Beckert hitting .316. No home runs, 14 RBIs. Held at 15. Phillips rolling for the lead. 3 through 7. He's got the lead. There he goes to 15. Bateman's throw down. Caught like a thief in the night. What a peg by Bateman to nail the speedy Phillips attempting to steal. That's just the third time he's been caught. And here's the next pitch to Beckert. On a 5-6 right-handed, he lines one into left field for a base hit. Beckert, no slouch on the base paths himself, will be held on at 14. And the batter will be Billy Williams. Cubs now a little gun-shy to try the steal again, especially with Williams at the plate. Billy hitting .269, tied for the team lead in home runs with 12, and he has 35 RBIs. So here's the pitch from Bruce from the stretch. 4-6 left-handed. That's a fly ball to center. That's going to be playable for Jimmy Wynn, who makes the catch. Back to first goes Beckert. And here's Santo. Santo, the National League's leading hitter? No, it's Gene Alley, isn't it? Santo at .362. Let's check the stats here for a second. I just want to see where Santo ranks. He's got to be second, right? I think Gene Alley still leads. He does. Gene Alley, .374. Santo second in the National League at .362. Santo also with 12 home runs and a team leading 42 RBIs. With 2 down, 1-14, for Beckert. He'd have to roll a 7. We're going to try to roll the 7. 5, he doesn't get it. Here's the pitch to Santo. 6-12 right-handed. Grounder second base X. That's Joe Morgan. 3E30. Morgan to his left. Here's the play. On a 6. He's there and throws him out. Nice play, Joe Morgan, to wrap up the top of the first. 4-3X side retired. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left on. And after a half, it is Chicago 0, Houston coming to bat against Bill Hands. And, oh my goodness, Thomas with one of my all-time favorites. I forgot all about Urban Shocker. That's hard to beat, isn't it? Yogi Berra was funny, too. I remember hearing that as a little kid, and I said, probably said, Yogi Berra plays baseball? Right? A natural thing to to say when you were a kid. And greetings to Frank, who's come in. Frank has it Cubs over Astros 6-2. And welcome to Colin and hello to Mike. Hello Jeremiah, summer break. How about that? I haven't seen you in a while. At least I don't think so. And if I'm mistaken, forgive me. You know how my mind is. Senior appropriate short-term memory and all. Okay, Houston to bat here against Hands. Joe Morgan will start it off. Morgan at 263, 3 home runs, 28 RBIs. Hands into the windup now, and here's the pitch. It's a 4-3 left-handed. A fly to right field X, Billy Williams. 3-E-8, ranging towards the line. Here's the roll on a, that's not a flat one. We're going to have to re-roll that. Re-roll the whole thing. 6. I just make them up as I go along. Base hit for Billy Williams. I'm sorry, base hit off of Billy Williams, and Morgan's aboard. I got confused there on that roll, trying to think what to do. Since the roll is all connected with the die not landing flat, I think the fairest thing to do is to re-roll the whole thing. Wouldn't make any sense just to re-roll the 20. You could do it either way, but that's how I'm going to do it. You don't get very many leaners on the 20. That's probably the first one, and that's why it's flustering me. So Morgan reaches with the leadoff single. We welcome Bill Ivemy in, probably sitting outside with a cold one. Maybe barbecuing something good to eat. Here's Sonny Jackson now. First, let's look at the battery for the Cubs. Hands a 0 hold. Hundley with a 0 arm. Morgan will be held on at 13. Sonny Jackson at 3-11. 2 homers, 24 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Hands out of the stretch now. 2-4. That's a high fly ball to deep right field. Backing up is Billy Williams. At the track, at the wall, it's gone. Home run, Sonny Jackson. And just like that, it's 2-0 Astros. We can take another look at that on a 2-4 homer 2-11. He's weak on power. That's the only spot he can get it. And he rolled the 2. And that's his 3rd home run of the season. There's another good one, Raleigh Fingers. For you guys who just came in, we're thinking of player names that made us chuckle when we were kids. Or maybe still make you chuckle. John Walkenfuss, that's a good one. Oh, hell, Colin, I think they were nationwide. In fact, in the 80s in Southern California, that's where all the Strat-O-Matic tournaments were held. San Diego, Santa Ana, and somewhere near LA, Torrance. They were in Torrance, that's right. Now I remember. Were Hands and Fingers ever on the same team? I don't know. Here's Jimmy Wynn, still a force to be reckoned with, leading the club in every offensive category. A .332 batting average, 17 home runs, and a league-leading 62 RBIs. Hands into the windup now. The pitch to Wynn is a 2-6 right-handed, and he walks him. So Hands looking a bit shaky here in the first inning. Wynn held on at 13. And the batter will be the first baseman, Jim Gentile. Gentile batting .259, 3 home runs, 24 RBIs. Hands from the stretch. Here's the pitch now on a 6-7 lefty, and ball 4. He loses Gentile. So Hands is yet to record an out here in the first inning. It's 2-0 Astros. And up steps Rusty Staub. Dick Grote was a good one. Wally Moon. Oh my, you guys are good. Yeah, I was drawing a complete blank, and now they all come flooding back to me. Right, Ben? Yeah, the orange roofs. First they were a hotel and a restaurant, and then they got rid of the restaurant part. I saw one recently on a Travago's third, so I'm guessing they still have a few motels hanging out there. Here's Staub hitting .307, 7 home runs, 40 runs batted in, second on the team to Jimmy Wynn. Hands into the full windup now. It's a 5-4 lefty, fly to center field X, tough chance for Phillips. Phillips a 3-E9, ranging to his right. On an 8, he makes a fine running catch, taking a possible base hit away from Staub, and the runners will hold. So a fine play there by Phillips. That's just the first out of the inning. And here's the left fielder, Lee May. May at .295 on the year, 5 homers, 19 RBIs. Astros, of course, lead the league in runs scored as a team, .297, now .299. Hands pitches a 1-4 righty. It's a hard smash to third. Santo down to Beckert for 1, to Banks, not in time. That's going to be a 5-4 force. May beats it out, and that keeps the inning alive. Over to third goes Jimmy Wynn. 2 down, and here's the catcher, Bateman. John Bateman on the year, .278, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. Hands gets the sign now. Here's the pitch on a 2-5 right-handed. Called strike 3. Home plate umpire rings him up, and that will do it in the first. The Astros settle for a pair on 2 hits, and they leave 2. We've played an inning. It's 2-0 Houston. Astros 275 as a team, 297 runs coming in, 57 home runs. Let's compare that to the Cubs, 265 average, 239 runs, and 51 home runs. Oh, yes, the, what do they call that? The hospitality industry, that's the word I was looking for, has really gotten out of control. Another thing we could thank, at least partially thank, I'm not saying it's the only cause, but partially thank COVID for. I'll tell you what, I had a trip in 2020. They were giving the rooms away. They couldn't get anybody to stay there. Should be figured to be a high-scoring game coming in. Oh my goodness. Bill Ivey points out Ozzy Osbourne is gone, so this must have just happened. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Crisp. I had him on one of my draft teams. The year I drafted his rookie card, that was exactly what I said. Moving along to the second inning, Ernie Banks will start things off for Chicago. Banks at .266, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. Bruce gets the sign from Bateman, and here's the pitch. It's a 5-7 righty. It's a liner towards third, single to 3. Here's the roll. It's caught there by Aspromani. Liner to third, 1 down. And here's Byron Brown. Brown, .241, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs. The Cocoa Crisp has to be one of my favorites. Bruce has pitched to Brown, 3-6 righty, and he takes just inside ball 4. First walk issued by Bruce. Runner on first, 1 down. Here's Hundley. Hundley hitting 251, 9 home runs, 27 RBIs. Bruce from the stretch, 6'6" right-handed, and he lines that one into right field, waving Brown to third. There he goes, and the Cubs will have him cornered with 1 out. How about that? Interesting trivia there from Jeremiah. I did not know that. And that was right in my wheelhouse of remembering things, too, the 70s. Okay, let's see how the Astros are going to play this now. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Don Kessinger up. He is an A bunter. Checking for the ground ball A's. He hits into quite a few ground ball A's. And leading by 2, they're going to play it back. Kessinger at 260, no homers, 8 RBIs, batting left-handed against Bruce. Here's the pitch on a 3-9 righty. He grounds it to first. Gentile down to Jackson. Back to Gentile. It's the 3-6-3 double play, and the strategy pays off. That'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Kessinger, an A bunter, could have put a play on there, but with the pitcher coming up next, not much point in it. Back to back to back, 3 Hall of Famers. There you go, oil can Boyd. Yeah, as you can tell, that one still makes me chuckle. Bottom of the second, Astros up by 2. Aspromonte will lead it off. He's hitting 243, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. Facing the right-hander Bob Bruce here, and here's the windup and the pitch. It's going to be a 2-7 righty. He grounded to short, playable for Sonny Jackson, who throws him out. 1 down, and here's the pitcher Bruce. Bruce, a right-handed batter. Wait a minute, what's going on here? No, Hands is supposed to be pitching. Jiminy Christmas, I had it right the first time. I beg your pardon, I'm paying too much attention to the funny names here. I'm going to recheck the roll on Aspromonte because I don't remember what it was already. It wasn't a 3-9. Whoops. Blasted all. I'm so sorry. I have to look at this again. I want to make sure I got Aspromonte's roll right. I had him grounding to short. I can't find it. Bear with me. Oh, here we go. 2-7. Okay. So that affects nothing. Aspromonte grounds to short. Here's Bruce. The pitch is a 1-2. Lomax liner right into the glove of Jackson. Oh, he stung it. but right at the shortstop, and there's 2 down. Yeah, there you. Oh man, we got a lot of good ones now. Vinegar Ben Mizell, Van Lingle Mungo. Oh, excellent. Colin's going to give it a shot. 2 down. Here's Morgan. Hands into the windup. The pitch is a 6-7 left-handed, and he walks him. And that's what Morgan does best. Morgan leads the major leagues in walks. And for little Joe, that's number 53. 53 walks. Astros in their 56th game. Morgan will be held at 13. Here's Jackson, his homer in the first, supplying both of the runs so far. Hands with the pitch now on a 5-7 left-handed. It's a grounder to second base, X. And that's going to be Beckert. Beckert, a good second baseman, 226. And here's the roll on the play. On a 15, he's got it and throws him out to retire the side. 4-3-X, no runs, no hits, 1 left. 2 innings in the books. It's 2-0 Astros. 2 pitchers from this card set. There you go. And they're both the same fish. That's what I like about that. Bake McBride. That's a good one. Oh, there's so many. Yeah, Bill, I wonder about that. I kind of think that the Orioles just felt that Tettleton would never hit. And he was pretty much all or nothing. Although since Jeff Robinson was basically nothing. Bob Bruce takes the mound here as we go to the 3rd inning. Hands will lead it off. He's a 1 right-hander. The pitch from Bruce is a 4-6 righty, grounded to third base, fielded by Strat-O-Matic, who throws him out. Here's Phillips now. Singleton was gunned down trying to steal second in the first. Bruce into the windup. It's a 2-9 right-handed, called strike 3. Adolfo Phillips, along with Byron Brown, 2 of the biggest strikeout artists in the league. For Phillips, that's number 43, and he's way behind Byron Brown, who leads the National League with 60 strikeouts. Here's Glenn Beckert. Bruce into the windup. 3-7 righty, grounded to short, fielded by Jackson. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bill Hands. Well, I want to double check what I just said there. I'm not positive about that one, so we're going to look at it. Strikeouts. Oh yeah, by far. Byron Brown, 60. Clendenin is second with 48. I figured nobody had more than 60 at this point. He's on pace to get close to 200 at this rate. Cubs in their 53rd game, so almost exactly the 1/3 mark for them. It's about 180. Is that Tettleton, Bill? Hell, there's nothing wrong with that, is there? For some reason, I keep getting Hands and Bruce mixed up as to who's pitching for whom. Hands, the Chicago pitcher, ready to go to work in the bottom of the 3rd. It'll be the heart of the Astros lineup. Oh, Bill, I have pretty much all of them. Never did see him in concert. Hell, Paranoid was one of my first albums back when I had a very small stack of albums. Jimmy Wynn will start it off here. Jimmy walked in the first, hands into the windup now. The pitch is a 4-8 right-handed, and he walks him. Hands does not seem at all willing to pitch to Jimmy Wynn today. You can't really blame him. Wynn will be held on at 13, and the batter is Gentile. Wynn could try to steal, but he has that 10 and 11 automatic out. Oh, Brock, too. It'd be interesting to see where he is on the list. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Why not? I love the stats. I hope you guys enjoy that as well. I don't mind going off tangent to look at some stats at all. Gentile, 259, 3 homers, 24 RBIs. Hands from the stretch now. It's a 4-5 left-handed. He lifts it to center field. Backing up is Phillips to make the play. And here's Staub, who flew out to center his first time up. .44 left-handed. That's a grounder to third base X. Tough chance for the Gold Glover Santo. 127. Santo finished the play. It's a 17. Diving stop. Turns and fires down to Beckert for 1, on to first, double play. Oh my goodness, that's a web jam by Ron Santo. And that ends the inning. Well, that's why he won the Gold Glove. Fantastic play by Santo, turns it into a twin killing, and after 3 complete, it's 2-0 Astros. Here's the National League strikeout leaders. Brown, Clendenin, Dave Nicholson, who's in the, well, he's not in the lineup today, but he's on Houston, 47. Dennis Menke and Willie Stargell, 46. Gentile, who's in the lineup today, 45. Adolfo Phillips, 44. Jimmy Wynn, 44. A lot of players who are in this game. Wes Parker with 40 and Lou Brock with 39 round out the strikeout leaders. Others tied with 38. Always loved Rick Dempsey. Great defensive catcher and a very well-spoken guy. Always enjoyed hearing him talk baseball. Pronounce the letter Z? I just did. Okay, 4th inning. Part of the order for Chicago. Billy Williams 0 for 1. Bruce into the windup. Now the pitch to Billy's a 2-5 righty. He lines it into center field for a leadoff single. Williams aboard, not held at 13. He's not a star stealer. And the batter is Ron Santo. Santo grounded to second his first time up. Bruce from the stretch. That's a 3-5 right-handed. That's going to be a grounder down to third, single to 10. And on a 7, that's past him for a base hit. Holding at second was Williams. He had to wait to see if it went through. May was on it quickly and gets it back in. So the Cubs have something going in the 4th as the first 2 batters reach. And here's Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Banks lined to third his first time up. Bruce getting the sign. Full windup now, and the pitch is a 2-6 right-handed. Fly ball to left field, easy play for Lee May, and there's one down. Byron Brown walked his first time up. I can almost see it coming. Here's the pitch. 5'9" right-hander. He lifts it to center, fairly deep, wind backing up a bit, and pulls it in. I was about ready to drop $1 down on the table that Brown would strike out in that spot. Here's Hundley with 2 away. Singled his first time up. The pitch from Bruce is a 3-7 right-handed. That's a grounder to third, single to 2. Here's the roll, and it's fielded there by Aspromani. He's going to go the short way to Morgan for the force, and that'll retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. So far, more of a pitcher's duel than anybody expected. And here's Mr. Hands. It'll be May, Bateman, and Aspromani here in the bottom of the 4th. May 0 for 1. Hands with the windup. Pitch. 4-6 left-handed. Ripped into right field for a base hit. Double to 7. He's rounding, headed for second. The throw, he's in there with a double. A leadoff double for Lee May, and the Astros threatening in the bottom of the 4th. Hang on, I got to get the lag out of this. I'm way behind you guys, way ahead. So wait a minute. Oh, and hello to Larry, by the way. Sorry, Larry. So you're saying your alphabet and you guys say UVWXYZ? I've never heard of that before. That's interesting. If I'm reading this correctly. Here's Bateman, struck out in the first. Hands gets the sign. The pitch is a 2-5 right-handed, called strike 3. Bateman's rung up for the second time. Here's Aspromani 0 for 1. Hands with the pitch. It's a 6-8 righty, and he walks him. That's the 5th walk issued by Hands in this game already. We're only in the 4th inning. Hands rated just 5 for endurance. Hands also due to bat second in the top of the inning. And Hundley taking a trip out to the mound. Good to see you, Larry. Yeah, I didn't know if you just got here or if I'd have missed something in the chat. So, when the chat is active, which it certainly is today, bless you all. I sometimes miss a lot of stuff concentrating on the game. Bruce and A. Bunner, so they're going to pull it in with 1 down. And he's going to lay it down as a B. It's a 10B, and they've got the lead man. Bunts it too hard at Hands. He fires down to Sano for the force. That'll be a 1-5 force. May is erased. So a poor bunt by Bruce bunts into the force, and with 2 out, it's up to Joe Morgan. Morgan singled and walked so far. Hands gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Joe. It's a 2-8 righty. Lines one to center for a base hit. Rounding is Aspromani. 12-14. Phillips is a 0. They're sending him. 1-14 to the plate. The throw out by a mile. And that ends the inning. So a beautiful relay, Phillips to Kessinger to Hundley to cut down Bob Aspromonte at the plate. Huge play for the Cubs. And that keeps the score 2-0. I'm going to take a moment. I'm already out of coffee. I don't know what that says, but yeah. We've only played 4 innings and I'm out of coffee. Oh my goodness, I'll tell you what, I have no energy at all anymore. I did go for a walk today. Just under 2 miles. Hands not fatigued, no. He's rated 5 for starter endurance. Moving along to the 5th inning in a 2-0 game. Not what I expected at all. Here's Kessinger to lead it off. He grounded into a double play his first time up. Batting lefty against Bruce. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 1-3 called. Strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Bob Bruce. And here's Hands. The pitch is a 1-3 grounder to second, fielded by Morgan. Flips it over to Gentile, 2 down quickly in the 5th. And here's the leadoff man, Adolfo Phillips, who's 1 for 2. Bruce with the windup. The pitch is a 2-3 right-handed fly to center, playable for Jimmy Wynn, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bob Bruce. So Bruce with an impressive 5 innings so far. We're halfway home in a 2-0 ball game. Bill Hands, despite the 5 walks, has not allowed a run since the 1st inning. Sonny Jackson to start off the bottom of the 5th for Houston. Jackson, of course, his 2-run homer. The only runs in the game so far. Hands into the windup. 3-7 righty. It's a grounder to second base. That's a routine play for Glenn Beckert, and there's 1 down. Here's Wynn now. He's walked both times. Hands gets the sign. On a 6-7 righty, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Wynn strikes out, 2 down, nobody on, and here's Gentile. Hands getting the sign from Hundley now. Here's the pitch on a 4-6 lefty. Base hit into right, double to 7. That is going to be a double for Gentile. Just did get it on the 7. So with a runner in scoring position and 2 down, Rusty Staub will be the batter. Lee May to follow. May just good enough to keep the Cubs from putting Staub on here. Hands checks the runner. The pitch to Staub. It's going to be a 4-11 left-handed swung on and missed. Strike 3. An impressive inning for Bill Hands. Houston comes up empty in the 5th. They leave him in. And after 5 complete, still lead it 2-0. Yes, I'll take... right? How many know that without needing any further explanation? Hint, it's a fictitious Jeopardy category. That's right, it's anal bum cover for 500. That was the one I was thinking of the other day, and then I forgot about it. Saturday Night Live Jeopardy, man. Sixth inning, 2-0 Houston. It's going to be Beckert and then the heart of the order here against Bruce in his first endurance inning. Beckert 1 for 2 so far. Bruce into the windup on a 2-7 right-handed. He flies it to center. Routine for Jimmy Wynn, who puts it away. And here's Billy Williams. Bruce with the pitch. That's a 2-6 right-handed, and he loses him, ball 4. A 1-out walk to Billy. Williams not a threat to steal, not held at 13. If it was a 1-run game, I might actually try that. He'd have to roll to 7 to get it, but Sando's going to hit away, the team's best hitter so far. 1 for 2 and an incredible play in the bottom of the third. Bruce from the stretch. That's going to be a 3-8 right-handed. Struck him out right in the midst of all those walks. It's a called strike 3. Sano is furious with the home plate umpire. Shag Crawford tells him he better calm down if he wants to stay in the game. And hello to Kathy. I used to watch SCTV, Bill, yes. Two down, runner at first, it's up to Banks. Ernie 0 for 2 today. Bruce set now. Here's the pitch. 4-10 right-handed, lazy fly ball to left. Lee May is there. And another scoreless inning for Bob Bruce. 6 zeros put up by Bob Bruce today. I can't help but think that if he keeps pitching like that, the Astros need to put him back in the pen. He'd be the ace of the... He'd be their bullpen stopper. The young John Candy was absolutely hilarious. So was the older John Candy, for that matter, but yeah. Bottom of the 6th, Bill Hands in his second endurance inning. May, Bateman, and Aspromani do. Hands into the windup now. Here's the pitch to May. That's going to be a 1-10 righty. He pops him up on the right side. Banks will take it. And there's one down. Excuse me. And here's Bateman. John Bateman struck out both times so far against Hands. Here's the windup on the pitch. That's going to be a 4-3 righty. Fly to right field X. Tough chance for Williams. Williams a 3-E-8. Sprinting towards the gap. On a 20, he makes a fine running catch for the out. Those two fine plays from Billy Williams today. And with 2 down, it's Bob Aspromonte, 0 for 1 with a walk. Hands gets the sign, the pitch. 5-6 righty, a routine grounder to short, scooped up by Kessinger, who throws him out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bill Hands, who since the first has put up 5 goose eggs. Through 6, it's a 2-0 pitcher's duel. See, that's what I jinxed it. That's what I get for predicting all these runs. Oh yeah, planes, trains, automobiles. Definitely. Personally, I never get tired of Uncle Buck. I don't know why I love that one so much, but I do. I don't think, objectively, I don't think it's his best movie, but it's probably the one I've seen the most times. Second endurance inning for Bruce now as we go to the 7th in a tight ball game. Two questionable starters on the mound. The Cubs at least have a reasonably good bullpen. The Astros are in no hurry to get into their pen. And Byron Brown will start it off here in the 7th. Bruce gets the sign, the windup, the pitch. That's going to be a 2-8 right-handed called strike 3. There it is. Number 61 for Byron Brown. Here's Hundley, 1 for 2. Bruce into the windup. 2-10 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Headed back is May at the track, at the wall. Leaps up and he makes the catch at the wall. Can you believe it? 2-10 right-handed, a homer, 1-18. He rolls the 20, and somehow May was able to climb the wall and make the catch. Of course, in the Astrodome, that actually could not happen. But grant me some poetic license. Two down for Kessinger. What a bad break for the Cubs. Here's the pitch for Kessinger. That's a 5-4 lefty. Grounded to third base X. That's Aspromonte, a good third baseman in his own right. 2-18, and here's the play on a 3, and he makes a diving stop to his feet, throws in time, and it's a web jam by Aspromonte. 5-3 exclamation. And Bruce, with a little help from his friends, turns in a 1-2-3 7th inning. And there we are as we go to the stretch. 2-0 Houston. Welcome into Blaine. Game 1 of the all first round series are in the books. 2021 Braves beat the 27 Yankees 10-7. 1-0 lead for the series, so they're up 1-0. Are these all best of 7? I assume. Okay, we're going to break here, and let's see if we can find the star of our show. I don't see him. We'll have to track him down. Best of 3 for round 1. Okay. So game 1 is huge. He's in the window. There he is. Meow. Yeah? Come on. Your fans await. What have you been up to in here, huh? What you doing, Mook? Huh? What's going on out here? What are you looking at? Well, I don't know what he wants. He has everything. There's his other scratch post. Can I help you? I remember when my niece used to say that all the time. All you had to do was look at her. Can I help you? Yeah. Try to figure out what he wants. I'm getting a kick out of this, honestly, because he's usually crapped out for the 7th inning stretch. So probably follow me. Yeah, here he comes. Go on. Have something to eat. No? All he does is eat. And he has water in two places. He's not overweight, though, so I'll keep feeding him. And now he's at the top of the tower. Holy crap. He is... That's not his water bowl, Frank. He doesn't use that. That's his wet food bowl. He drinks from a glass like I drink from, or he won't drink it. And he has a fountain, too. He might win something. I mentioned I entered him in a calendar contest. And it bears repeating. If Mook goes on a calendar, believe me, you'll hear about it. Okay, back to the game. Hands his 3rd endurance inning. And he's going to be on a short leash here, with his club already trailing by 2. And Bob Bruce will lead it off. Right-handed batter. The pitch from Hands on a 4-5. Fly to right. Can of corn for Billy Williams. And there's one down. Here's the leadoff man, Joe Morgan. He's been on all 3 times. 2 singles and a walk. A pitch from Bill Hands. There's a 1-9. That's going to be banged into right field for a base hit. Triple to 2. And that is a single for Joe Morgan. He's been on all 4 times today. So Morgan at first with his 3rd hit of the afternoon. He's held on at 13. And Sonny Jackson already homered in this game at the plate. Billy Heft, the left-hander, in the pen. Heft getting loose in a hurry now as Jackson standing in. Jimmy Wynn to follow. Let's see what else they've got. Hang on, I want to check the usage here on the Cubs. Yeah, I could do that too. Okay, Cal Kuntz, the righty, joins Heft. Hounds will face Jackson. Here's the pitch from the stretch. That's going to be a 6-4 lefty. High pop fly to right. Billy Williams jogging in, waiting on it now, and makes the catch. And here's Jimmy Wynn. One way or another, this will be the last batter for Hands. Hundley out to the mound to buy Heft a little more time. Hands due to lead off the top of the 8th. Wynn, 2 walks and a strikeout. Here's the pitch to Jimmy Wynn on a 2-8 right-handed. He lifts a high fly ball to center. Phillips settling under it, and that will do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. So an excellent job from both starting pitchers today. Didn't see that one coming. And the Astros take a 2-0 lead to the 8th inning. Let's take a look at the Houston defense. Normally I'd replace Lee May, but he's going to hit 3rd in the bottom of the inning. We'll leave him out there for now. And the Cubs are going to send up a pinch hitter for Hands. So Hands worked 7 innings today. Allowed just 5 hits. 2 runs. He was wild, walking 5. Struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be Billy Heft coming on. And against the righty Bruce, let's see who the batter's going to be. That's going to be the left-handed hitting George Altman. So here comes Altman to bat for the pitcher. He's just 10 for 79 on the year, 127 average. He does have 1 home run. I have to assume trying to find him again. In those 79 at-bats, I would think few or none would be against the left-handed pitcher. Well, let's take a look. Why not? I have the ability to look at that. He has exactly 1 at-bat against the lefty. He struck out. Everything else against right-handers, where he has a pretty decent card. Results have not been there yet for George. Bruce gets the sign from Bateman, and here's the pitch. It's a 2-5 righty. It's a high fly ball to right. Staub headed back, double to 11, and he makes the running catch going away. So the dice not doing the Cubs any favors today at all. 1 down, and here is Phillips, who's 1 for 3. Bruce gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 3-10 righty, and he hits that over the first base bag and down the line. In the corner to get it is Staub. Headed for second standing is Phillips with a 1-out double. Adolfo with his second hit of the game. And here's Beckert, and that's going to get him busy in the Houston pen. And who else but Claude Raymond throwing down there. Oh, good, we're back to the names. Exactly, Frankie. If there'd been a mouse in here, there'd be crap tipped over all over the place. Beckert's 1 for 3 on the day. Bob Bruce would really love a chance at the shutout. Here's the pitch to Beckert. 3-3 righty, grounder to short. Jackson has it, throws him out, and the runner holds. 2 down, it's up to Billy Williams. Ron Santo behind him. Bruce staring in to get the sign. Big at bat here. The pitch to Billy. 5-6 left-handed, and he rips that one over Staub's head. 1-18. That's going to be an RBI double for Billy Williams, and the Cubs are on the board to have the tying run in scoring position with 2 down. So an RBI double for Williams. 1 more hitter walk will fatigue Bruce. And here comes Grady Hatton, and that's going to do it for Bruce. As soon as he lost the shutout, all bets were off. And the Astros go to their bullpen. Pause for some chortling. Fine game by Bruce in any way. It's a 7 2/3 inning game. 3, 5, 7 hits, 1 run so far. The runner at second is his responsibility. 1, 2 walks. Didn't strike out many. 3, 4. And in comes Claude Raymond. Raymond, of course, 11 of the team's 13 saves, but they haven't been easy. A 3-3 record of a very high 6.25 ERA, so you can see why Houston not in a big hurry to get into the pen. Ron Santo at the plate representing the go-ahead run. 2 down. I'll tell you what, if there was 1 down, I'd put him on. Set up the double play for Banks. With 2 down, they're going to pitch to him. The old baseball rule, do not intentionally walk the go-ahead run. He'll have to earn it. Here's the pitch to Raymond. It's a 3-7 righty, and he walks him anyway. Raymond pitching carefully to Santo, puts him on. And now the go-ahead run is at first, tying run at second, 2 down, and Mr. Cub Ernie Banks stepping to the plate. And the crowd here at the Astrodome grows restless. Banks 0 for 3 on the day. Raymond staring in to get the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-8 right-handed, and he walks him. So Raymond comes on and walks the first 2 batters he faces to load the bases for Byron Brown. Brown 0 for 2 with a walk. Nowhere to put him. Raymond, the full windup. The pitch is a 4-3 right-hander. It's a grounder to first base X. It's up to Gentile, 3-18. Huge play. Here is the play on a 7, error range, an 8 on an 18, and he boots it. And this game is tied up on the error by Jim Gentile. Williams comes in to score. Sano to third. First error of the game. So a grounder to first should have ended the inning. Gentile unable to come up with it, and now the game is tied, and Randy Hundley will come to the plate. And once again, late inning drama. Rameau gets the sign, the full windup, the pitch to Hundley on a 6-8 righty. He lifts it the other way to right field. Staub is there, and that will do it. But not before the Cubs tie it up with 2 in the 8th on 2 hits. They leave the bases full, and we go to the bottom of the 8th in a 2-2 tie. So we can close the book on Bruce. Billy Heft, the lefty, comes on for the Cubs. Heft on the season has also been awful. 19 appearances, 1-1 with a pair of saves, but a very high 7.23. Now and again, when I bring in some of these guys with these ridiculous ERAs, you may say why. With a card much better than that, 4.84 in real life. But most importantly, he's a left-hander, and you have Gentile, Staub, and May, all left-handed hitters to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Kuntz is ready in the Chicago pen if they need a right-hander. And what to do about Gentile? They're going to counter the move. They're going to call Gentile back and send up Chuck Harrison. Harrison, a right-handed batter. He'll take over at first base as well. Harrison hitting .310 on the year, just 13 for 42. He has 1 home run. Heft gets the sign from Hundley. Here's the pitch now on a 5-8 right-handed, a grounder to second base X. That's Beckert, 226. Beckert ranging behind the bag. On an 18, he's there. Throws him out, 1 down. Nice play, Beckert. Unmitigated. If we go to extras, we may run out of funny names. I don't think there's any chance of that. Staub will bat. He's 0 for 3. Left-on-left matchup. Heff's pitch is a 5-10 lefty. Grounder to short X. Kessinger into the hole. 2E40. That's going to be a 20. He's got it. Strong throw across in time. So the Cubs flashing some leather here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 down. And Lee May due up. And the Astros will make another move and bring Dave Nicholson off the bench. The right-handed hitting outfielder. Mentioned earlier as he's on the leaderboard for most strikeouts. And as soon as he's announced, here comes DeRocher, and he's going to go to the right-hander. So Kuntz will come on. to face Nicholson. Nicholson on the year, 227, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. Kuntz 2-2 with a 3.79 across 20 appearances. Kuntz gets the sign from Hundred. The pitch to Nicholson on a 1-7 righty. Called strike 3. And we're going to go to the 9th in a tie ball game. 1-2-3 go the Astros in the bottom of the 8th. Nicholson will stay in the game and play left field. And hello, Jeffrey. Welcome. Good to see you. The Astros led 2-0 through 7 innings on a 2-run homer by Sonny Jackson way back in the first. Cubs tied it with 2 in the 8th, 1 run unearned on the error by Jim Gentile, and that's where we're at. 2-2, we go to the 9th. It'll be Kessinger, a pinch hitter, and Phillips. Kessinger 0 for 3, batting lefty against Rameau. Here's the windup on the pitch. That's going to be a 1-5 righty. Bangs a base hit into right field. Leadoff single for Kessinger. Rameau with that excellent -4 hold, 0 catcher, so Kessinger not held at 11. And let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be. I should have double switched with Kuntz. That's all right, though, as Fergie Jenkins begins throwing in the Cubs' pen. And the pinch hitter will be Lee Thomas. Kessinger at first, not being held. Lee Thomas with the Cubs, 259, 1 homer, 6 RBIs. Rameau from the stretch now. The pitch is a 6-7 lefty. Grounder to second X. That could be 2. Morgan a 3E30. Tough chance. Here's the play on a 13. He's there. He goes to Jackson for 1, and that's all they'll get. Kessinger coming in hard on the slide, breaks it up. That's going to go as a 4-6 force. But Thomas standing at first now. Do they have enough to waste a guy as a pinch runner? That's the question. The possibility of extra innings, they really don't. So man on first, 1 away. Here's Adolfo Phillips, 2 for 4 on the day. Rameau working out of the stretch. Pitch to Phillips is a 4-11 right-handed. It's a fly to left field X. That's a tough chance for Nicholson, who's in left field now. 3E11. Here's the play on an 8, E-range. It's a 7 on an 11. And it's off his glove. That's going to be a 2-base error on Nicholson. Stopping at third is Thomas, and the Cubs are in business. As the Astro defense blows up here in the late innings. Ron Taylor throwing in the Houston pen. Give me a moment to check the usage here. Yep, it'll be Taylor. They don't have a lefty. Astros will bring the infield in with 1 out, runners at second and third. Glenn Beckert at the plate. Ramo checks the runners. The windup and the pitch on a 1-6. That's a base hit into center field. That's going to drive in at least one. Scoring is Thomas. They can send Phillips, 16. Win is 0. They're going to send him. 3-2 now. They've got to throw. They throw to the plate, 16. He scores, and Beckert takes second on the throw. 2-run single from Glenn Beckert. And the Cubs take the lead. Taylor getting ready in a hurry now. This is likely going to be Ramon's last batter. Billy Williams 2 for 3 with a walk. Ramon into the windup. 6'9" lefty. He lifts it the other way to left field, and Nicholson is there to make the play. They're going to put Sano on and pitch to Banks. Four to 2 Cubs. Top of the ninth, 2 down, runners at first and second. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 5-5 righty. That's hit high and deep to left field. Backing up is Nicholson, and it is gone. Home run, Ernie Banks. Says, walk somebody intentionally ahead of me, huh? And the Cubs blow it open on a 3-run blast by Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. And for Ernie, just his 5th home run of the season. And that's going to do it for Ramon. So another blow up for Ramon. Again, in his defense, he is among the league leaders in saves with 11, but he certainly had nothing today. Two-thirds, so 1 1/3 for Ramon. Byron Brown due up. And here's Ron Taylor. As Taylor gets loose, let's take a look at his numbers. Not that it matters at this point. Taylor 1-1, 3.38 in 16 appearances. Here's the pitch to Brown. It's going to be a 2-6 righty. He bangs a base hit into left. And the Cubs will bat around here in the ninth. Here's Hundley. Taylor with the pitch on a 6-10 right-handed. That's a grounder down to third. Aspromani goes the short way to Morgan for the force, and that'll do it. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs in the ninth on 4 hits. And the Cubs come from behind to lead it 7-2. And here comes Fergie Jenkins to close it out. Barring a major upset, the Cubs will snap their 6-game losing streak here today. Jenkins on the year with the Cubs, that is, 3-3 with a pair of saves, 4.07. Bottom of the order for the Astros. It's Bateman, Strat-O-Matic, and a pinch hitter. I want to thank everybody for watching today. Another good game. 6-2, 7-2. That's right, Frank. Pretty damn close. Bateman's 0 for 3 today. Jenkins gets the sign from Hyundai. There's the windup and the pitch on a 1-5. It's a base hit up the middle for Bateman. Leadoff single for Bateman. Here's Bob Strat-O-Matic now. 0 for 2 with the walk. Jenkins out of the stretch. The pitch is a 3-5 right-hander, and he bounces one into right field for a base hit. Bateman could go to third on that, but trailing by 5, he'll hold at second, and we'll have a pinch hitter now for the pitcher. The first 2 Astros reach, they're not going quietly. Let's see who we're going to send up there. It's going to be Felix Mantilla. Mantilla also batted in this game in real life. Good power, especially against right-handers. Mantilla 18 for 62. That's a 290 average with 4 home runs. Jenkins ready to go to work now. Runners take their lead. The windup and the pitch on a 1-8 righty. It's a hard grounder to third. Santo to Becker, to Banks, double play. Bateman to third, but the Astros down to their final out in the form of Joe Morgan. Morgan has not been retired today. 3 singles and a walk. Jenkins into the windup. 5-3 left-handed grounder, pitcher X. He's got his fate in his own hands here. 2E24. That's going to be an 18. Jenkins has it. Takes a couple steps to first and throws him out to end the ball game. What a comeback for the Cubs. 7-2 is the final. Totals coming up. Astros 2 runs in the first, and then the bats went cold. For the Cubs, the bats were cold for 7 innings and then came alive late. Let's see if I can unravel some of these pitching numbers now. Remo gave up 3 hits. Five runs. 3 walks, one of them intentional. Did not strike out anybody. As far as earned runs go, single out, that should have been the second out. All of the runs are unearned, unless I'm wrong. Taylor. A third of an inning. 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Jenkins 1 inning, 2 hits. No runs, no walks, no strikeouts. It looks like the win goes to Kuntz, although the computer might give it to Jenkins. I might. He can't give it to Hans, although he deserved it, as did Bruce for that matter. But as far as who was the pitcher of record when they took the lead, that's Kuntz. That would make him 3-2. Raymond, of course, saddled with the loss. And he definitely deserved it. He's 3-4 now. Looks like a couple of different suggestions for players of the game. Seems to be between Beckert and Banks. The Cubs are winning 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Wait, there were 2 errors for the Astros, weren't there? Yes. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, 2 costly errors. Player of the game for the Cubs is the Houston defense. No, but seriously. It's a tough call, so you know what? We're going to split it. We're going to give Beckert and Banks the co-player of the game. Beckert drove in the winning runs, and Banks put it away with the 3-run homer. And that's it, a wild 9th inning. And the Cubs come out on top 7-2. Thanks again for watching. Let's take a look ahead on the schedule, see what we've got on tap for tomorrow. It's going to be the Reds at the Mets tomorrow. Milt Pappas and Dennis Ryband. Oh, excuse me. And that's it here today from the Astrodome, where the Cubs beat the Astros 7-2. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Meantime, take care, everybody. Spokane Steve wishing you all a great evening. Bye for now.